Hey guys, I just wanted to do a video quick because I'm not going to be going on Israeli News Live with Jana and Steve anymore. Um, and that's actually triggered a lot of other things I'd like to say. So what happened was I was doing the Noahide stuff on Jana and Steve's channel, Israeli News Live, and then the people complained and they said that, like, he's into gay supremacism and all this other kind of stuff. And I do want to address that. But before I actually address that, I do want to say that it's probably getting to the point that talking to Christians in general is pointless. I did, so Yana called me and she was telling me that people didn't want me on there anymore. And basically, she told me about the gay supremacist stuff I talked about. And but we talked about, well, okay, that's not the only reason why people are no longer invited on her show. Like Adam Green is not allowed on because he's anti-Christian. Look, I take my knowledge from whoever will give it to me as long as it's true. And no, I don't like Christianity. No, I'm very anti-Christian. Yes, I am very anti-Christian, but I wouldn't look, I wouldn't not have a Christian on my show, or I wouldn't not talk with Christians just because I'm anti-Christian. If they're against the Noahide law and I am, we can talk about it. I've spoken with Jews. I mean, I have people on my show that I don't agree with. I've had Noahidist Jews on my show. I have, fascist, Nazi, homosexual hating Nazis on my show. I mean, like, I understand that somebody could like offer me something. There's a saying in Judaism, and I am going to open up about something, in that in my quest against the Noahide laws, I have opened myself up to a lot of Jewish learning, because a lot of what Jews says is good. They do have a lot of good advice. I don't believe in the religion, and I think the religion is bad, but I don't think they're smart and they're accomplished for a reason. It doesn't mean every little thing they say and do is wrong. And there's a Jewish saying that accept the truth from whoever says it. And I do that. I take that Jewish principle in my life, and that's not a Christian principle. Accepting the truth from whoever says it is not a Christian principle. You do not accept the truth unless it is in alignment with what you believe it is. If it's out of alignment, you don't accept it, no matter who tells it to you and no matter how true it is. And like, yeah, I am more like a Jew in that I'll listen to something that didn't necessarily come from a person like me. And as a non-Christian, no, I would never try to get somebody canceled on a show that was, let's say that I was into the Noahide laws and I went on someone's show and I wanted to listen to it and I found out that they were homophobic. Okay, they went on to talk about the Noahide laws. They weren't talking about homosexuality. They went on to talk about the Noahide laws. I am happy that someone was going on to discuss the Noahide laws and bring lots of knowledge and teach me things about the Noahide laws I had never heard about before. I would not go and try to get this person canceled because they're a homophobe. I am sure there's people who have been, actually, Dr. Brown has been on their show to debate them, and he's homophobic. I mean, lots of homophobes have been up on that show. Did I ever try to get them canceled? No, because you know what? Like, maybe they were giving me information that was useful. Why would I disrupt my flow of information to stop the Noahide laws because somebody's a homophobe? That's ridiculous. That's Christian thinking. Yes, just shut off avenues of knowledge because the person who's speaking, we don't agree with him. He's a this, he's a that. How dare you have this person on your show? And this is why Christians are not going to defeat the Noahide laws. It has nothing to do with you. You're never going to defeat them. Talking to you is pointless. You're part of the Noahide agenda 99% of the time. There's hardly any of you who put any ounce or any effort into this. The only two Christians I know are Jana and Steve. The only other person that I know is against the Noahide laws adamantly like this is a Catholic, and that's Eric Gajewski at Trad Cat Night. Those are the only two Christians I know who take this seriously. All the rest of you are lackadaisical, apathetic. Even when you are against it, you still don't do anything about it. You haven't made it a public issue. You don't bring it into your churches. You don't run websites about it. You don't take documentaries about it. You don't, show your faces. You don't do anything. Even those of you who are on there pretending that you're all into this, you're just, what are you doing about it? Nothing. I've been doing this for 10 years and like nobody has done a goddamn thing. And like, except for now get me thrown off your show. You people are stupid. You're very stupid. And you are going to all just become Noahides, because I'm sorry, like you're closer to that than anything else. I used to tell people, so now I no longer even know if I believe in God anymore. I left Hinduism, and that's a whole other story, and it involves the Noahide laws, and it involves them being with the Noahide laws more so than I thought. I thought I was like in a purely pagan religion over there, and actually I wasn't. I was like into, they're basically the next new Christians becoming Noahides. And I saw through that the point. Why was I bringing this up though? So when I did used to 100% believe in the gods, I was not just a polytheist, I was a hard polytheist, meaning that I believed the gods had distinct separate identities and were not united by some universal cosmic force. I thought they were like 100% distinct identities, and that is exactly what the Noahide laws are against, is hard polytheism. And I always used to tell people, I said, it's not some random twist of fate that the person who is like the most preeminent anti-Noahide activist on earth is an idolatrous, blasphemous homosexual. Okay, the Noahide laws go against everything that I am. They want to destroy me. Okay, so like, yeah, I'm really invested in it. It doesn't want to, you're not so much, you Christians are not so much an antithesis of the Noahide laws. You're not like, you hear no idolatry, okay, whatever. No blasphemy, okay, whatever. No homosexuality, okay, whatever. This doesn't sound so bad to me. I mean, to me, it sounds real bad. But you people are not like up in it because, you resonate too much with it. Even those of you who are against it, you would rather that than globo homo or whatever you call it. You would rather that. You would rather live under a Noahide world order than a globo homo world order, where homosexuality is rampant and preeminent and everywhere, and in the arts and in the cultures and the schools, and people can become transsexual whenever they want at any age. If it comes down to it, and it is between the Noahide way or the globo homo way, which way the wind is going to blow. You're not going to like stand with globo homo, no. So you're not going to stand and defend that. You're not going to defend that. And I mean, if it's Noahide versus globo homo, Christians are, we all know which direction you're going to go in. This is why the earth goes Noahide, because 95% of you go Noahide. It just eventually, that's the way you're going. And you are more, and it's obvious because you are more concerned with the fact that a homosexualist, which I will explain what that is on Israeli News Live talking about the Noahide laws than you are about the Noahide laws. You care more about me as an individual person who has a wife over here who preaches against the Noahide laws than with the Noahide laws. You'd rather get rid of me than the Noahide laws. And this is why you're going to lose. And you're never going to stand up to them. And you're going to acquiesce and be cowards. Even the ones of you who are against the Noahide laws are going to be cowards. None of you are going to do anything about it. And if anyone, and eventually when people do something about it, yes, it will be idolatrous, blasphemous homosexuals who end the Noahide laws, not Christians. Not Christians. Idolatrous, blasphemous homosexuals will end the Noahide laws. Despite you, in rebellion against you. So the thing about the homosexualist remarks that they said, so they told her that I said heterosexuals shouldn't exist. Look, when I was a Hindu, until about 6 months or a year ago or something like that. I would never have had any kind of gay supremacist like utterances. Um, I think there's a difference between homosexuals and heterosexuals, definitely. Yes, there's a distinct difference. I think it's biological, I think it's mental, I think it's emotional. And if the spiritual world exists, it's spiritual. Whatever makes people different from each other, homosexuals and heterosexuals are very, 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 very different. I've had very, 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 very horrible, horrible, horrible experiences with heterosexuals. All of them. All of them. I've noticed a pattern. I think that heterosexuals in general are less noble people than homosexuals. I think they're less intelligent. I think they're less noble. I think they're less ethical. I think they're less kind. I think they're more liars. I think they're more cunning. I think homosexuals that are disadvantaged because we're too nice, and heterosexuals are very like shrewd and cunning, and they know how to get over on you, and they know how to destroy you. Like, homosexuals homosexuals are like the nice guy. We're the nice stupid guy, is the way I kind of see it. And then the heterosexuals are like, the bullies generally, is just the way, I've learned the way the world goes. And I have that from personal experience, and nothing's going to change my personal experience. And nobody's going to tell me any differently. But I would never have ever let that bloom into any kind of supremacist speech while I was a Hindu, because, I was a Hindu. This religion was probably founded by heterosexuals. I mean, I had millions of what I thought were heterosexual brothers and sisters who I thought were different than Western people, than heterosexual Christians, Muslims, Jews. Like, I thought, okay, well, those heterosexuals are bad, but these Hindus, it wasn't heterosexuality that was bad, it was the religion. And this, in Hinduism, heterosexuals are good. And I learned that that was not true. The heterosexuals in Hinduism are horrible too. They're horrible too, and they're going Noahide. And I'm not getting into why. That's another video. I'll get into the whole thing about Hindus going Noahide and how they're really monotheists, and they want to be in league with the Jews and the Noahide and Israel, and going to Israel and getting themselves certified as monotheists and all this other kind of stuff. And then all the homophobia and the misogyny, and just the ugly culture and the stupid, backwards, superstitious, I mean, just, and lying and deceiving and conniving and slandering and, horrible. I don't have to deal with that from homosexuals as much as a group. Individual homosexuals, yes. But I mean, the point is that I would never have been able to say, oh, well, fuck heterosexuals, if I had remained a Hindu. But I mean, that was the last straw. I mean, and it broke my back the most, because I was like, okay, heterosexuals have been very cruel to me my whole life. I don't trust them. And then I found Hinduism, and I thought, I thought I found heterosexuals I could trust, and I couldn't. And like, it was the last stab in the back. And so after that, I just said, well, yeah, screw it. I am I am I don't want to say I'm a gay supremacist, because I don't believe gays are supreme, because if we were supreme, we'd be in control of everything. I think we should work to become supreme. Yes, I think we should be in control. And I believe that um if we're not in control, we'll be slaves. It's either us or you, one or the other. It can't be both, because you won't tolerate, you don't want to tell, you would prefer the Noahide laws. You'd rather get me thrown, you'd rather the flow of information against the Noahide laws end than me be on Israeli News Live. So, we know where you stand. And I lost my train of thought, but Wait, hold on. I lost my train of thought of what I was saying. Oh, yeah, well, exactly. You're not going to accept it. You're not going to tolerate it. And I do believe it's us. It's us or you. I do believe that. And yes, I do believe, I believe we should replace heterosexual breeding. I think that homosexuals should work to create artificial wombs and that artificial eggs, and that we should breed everything ourselves, and that we should outpopulate you. And we should genetically engineer our children so they're smarter and better and healthier than you are and more attractive. And we should just teach them that this is a better way of life, and show that we're a better way of life by being superior, by working for it, not just by you know, homosexuals are not superior because we're not in control. Maybe when we're in total control of the planet and we own absolutely everything and there's like no opposition at all, can we call ourselves supreme and superior? Well, maybe then, yeah. But I'm not a gay supremacist. I'm a gay militant. Okay, I believe in gay militarism. I mean, look, I'm in a world of my enemies. 95, 98% of this planet are my enemies. What am I gonna? I can either just like cower or I can fight back. And this life has taught me that most people, like the Noahide laws, like most people are going to the Noahide laws. Most people in this world are against me as for who I am, for what I am, an idolatrous, blasphemous homosexual. Like that's a reality, that most of the world wants to destroy me. So I'm just giving it back. Okay, I'm just giving it back is what I'm doing. So ultimately, yes, I would like to see the cessation of heterosexual procreation, that everything's done through artificial womb technology and artificial egg creation, and done scientifically, and it's selective breeding and eugenics and genetic engineering, and if we can do it peacefully by just outbreeding you and outdoing you and increasing in number and increasing in intelligence and then taking you over and finding ways to get you to not reproduce, like entertain you, give you drugs, I don't know, whatever stops the heterosexuals from breeding. Too much freedom, women's rights, feminism. The women don't want to have your babies anymore. They don't want to deal with heterosexual men anymore. That I think the birth rate goes down whenever you get birth control and feminism. That's a great way to get rid of heterosexuals. Birth control and feminism. The women don't want to have your sons anymore. They like when they don't have to, and they can get a job and they can take care of themselves and they don't need to rely on you, and they now have an education and can travel the world and can see that having children is hard and taxing and a burden and doesn't necessarily turn out good either for the child or for the parent. Lots of problems. They just start saying, well, I just don't want to have kids anymore. The heterosexual dynamic is very hard. I think that homosexuals, once we get these birthing technologies up, we're a lot more communal. I think we'll be able, like, we'll be more like a communal family more than like monogamous pairs broken off. Like it would be more like polygamy, like polygamous breeding, like colony breeding, like living in a colony and breeding rather than monogamous breeding. Like we're more communal. We take care of each other. We're nicer to each other. We we share more. We tolerate more. We accept more. We're less likely to throw you out and shun you and judge you and get you canceled and thrown off a show because we don't like you. We're just different, and that difference I think is going to help us as soon as these technologies come out. And yes, I talk about these technologies, and in my opinion still not enough, and I will talk about them a lot more now because the further I am thrown out, the more radical I'm going to become. I mean, you're trying, look, I didn't start this war. I was born homosexual and effeminate homosexual, and like people noticed what I was right away and they attacked me. I didn't go after heterosexuals first. No, that's not how it happened. I'm ending this war. I didn't start this war, but I'm ending this war. Um but you lost Adam Green there, you lost me, and I'm gonna make a prediction right now, and you're gonna lose Jana. Because I think she's gonna get tired of all you people, and she's gonna realize that she's like really alone and isolated. And she kind of hinted that a little bit, that that's how she was feeling. And you're gonna weed out your best people. You're gonna just shun and get rid of all your best people until you're a bunch of like mediocre sissies. Even the ones who are against the Noahide laws are gonna be mediocre sissies. I do have a lot more I want to talk about this, and actually I think that this has sprung something new in me. I don't usually talk. I haven't really ever talked like this before, I don't think. So it's definitely something new, and it's I was hiding a lot of that gay militancy stuff. Not hiding it, I didn't talk about it a lot. I didn't hide it. It was out for anyone to see. I never denied it or anything like that, but I just didn't talk about it that much. But I think it's time to start talking about it more, because you know what do I have to lose now? Maybe, yeah, I was before, maybe being more hesitant because, oh, well, I talk to Christians and what are they going to think? And I talk to heterosexuals and what are they going to think? And what are people going to think? And what are people going to think? Well, I know what you think. I know that you prefer the Noahide laws to me. You would prefer no information about the Noahide laws than me being on Jana and Steve's Israeli News Live. That's what you would prefer. I don't like Christians. I wouldn't throw you off my show. I have my enemies on my show all the time. I'm not scared of critical thinking. I'm not scared of people who are different from me. I'm not scared to get the truth from a homophobe. I'm not scared to get the truth from a Jew. I'm not scared to get the truth from a Christian or a Catholic or a Hindu or a Buddhist or anyone. I'm not scared of anyone. You're scared. You're scared because you know that you're powerless against these Noahide laws and are going to do nothing. And because I'm an idolatrous, blasphemous homosexual, I have the power to do something, and I'm going to do something. And you hate that because you want nothing to be done because you can't do it. So no one else can. So you're trying to get in my way. Well, I'm getting out of your way. I'm not going on that show anymore. I'm not going to be ruining your channels anymore. I'm not going to be trying to talk to you anymore or inform you anymore. And actually, in my writings, it was really wrong of me to try to even reach out to Christians, which I do in my writing, because it's like, I guess it's hypocritical. I don't like Christianity. I hate Christianity. And so I guess, reaching out to Christians was in bad faith, and I won't be doing it anymore. But I mean, I'm going to treat you like Noahides. I'm going to treat you like just lost causes, like I do with the Hindus now. I treat Hindus like a lost cause. And, unfortunately, people like Jana and Steve kept me holding on, thinking that Christians would wake up, and they are the needle in the haystack. They are the one in a billion. And I can't carry the weight of Christianity for two people. I'm not going to be doing that. And yeah, actually I am. This is really making me think. It's making me think deeper and deeper, because now I'm just like, I think it's actually bad to even try to make bridges with Christians, because you're just such enemies at this point. You're such enemies at this point that maybe the Noahide. Okay, you know what? Here's what you just woke up in me. I'm going to tell you what you woke up in me. I always made an issue of Islam being a Noahide conspiracy, and how the Muslims are all tied up with Noahide, and I really have had no mercy on them. I know there are a few Muslims who don't like the Noahide laws, but there's a lot of Noahide going on in Islam, and I've shown no mercy towards Muslims. I've been like, it's Noahide. It's infiltrated. It's Noahide. I was softer with Christians. I was much softer. I did talk about it being infiltrated, but I came from it at an angle where I was trying to say, like, oh, look, you're being infiltrated. Do something about it. Do something about it. No, now I'm just going to be like, you are Noahide. You're infiltrated. You're just like Muslims. You're in the game. All of you. I don't care if there's one or two of you speak out against it. Yes, Christianity is part of the Noahide agenda. And you know what? Rabbis say that. I look at you don't look at Adam Green. If you looked at Adam Green, you would see that he brings rabbis on who say that Christianity was a Noahide conspiracy. More than one rabbi, that the God of Yahweh sent Christianity to Noahidize the world and open the world to the Noahide laws. And it's true. You know, I had a soft spot for Christians for some reason. I don't know why. Thinking about it, I mean, the people who damaged me the most were Christians, so I probably should have had the least soft spot for them. I mean, maybe because it's less confrontational than Islam, but I don't have any mercy anymore. I don't have any mercy anymore after this, really. I'm not going to try to have bridges with you, and I'm not going to try to make alliances with you. I'm not going to go on your shows. You know, I'm not going to, in my blog, I won't be coddling you anymore. I'm going to be calling you out. I'm going to be calling you out as Noahides, as part of the Noahide agenda. You're just, you know, I kind of treated you like a gray area. No, now you're totally black to me. You're totally black. You're totally in the black. You're totally on the evil side. You're totally unredeemable, like the Hindus became to me. Hindus are unredeemable to me. I worked with them for 10 years. I was a Hindu. I was deep into the Hindu nationalist circles. What I saw there woke me up into what those people are really about, specifically in reference to Noahide. And they're gone. They're gone to me. I don't talk to them anymore. I hate them. I absolutely, with all of my life, hate them. All of them. They're horrible. And so are Christians. And so are Christians. And this, you know, I hope you're happy because you woke something up in me. You woke something up in me. I mean, you made me, I was anti-Christian before, but I cannot tell you how anti-Christian I am now. And yeah, that's it. You're just another part of the Noahide agenda to me, and something else that needs to be demonized. And you know, the idolatrous, blasphemous homosexuals will stand alone, but we're gonna win because we're the ones that fight like heck, like real heck, not like you don't deserve Jana. I maybe Jana will stop being a Christian. Maybe Jana will see the insipidness of your spirits and be like, what is wrong here? Something's wrong here. Why are the people so lukewarm or cold helping the Noahide law? Even those of you who are against the Noahide law and the Christian movement are lukewarm. There's something wrong. There's something wrong there. I have a lot, and you know, I'm not going to get into it. And I have a lot of things I could say about Christianity theologically that I think makes you susceptible to losing this war. You know, yeah, there's things in your theology. I don't want to get into it tonight. I will. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this because you know what? Now I don't need to worry about. I don't need to worry about pleasing Christians. I don't need to like suffocate myself because I want to go on Israeli News Live or I want to go on whatever her night, Dr. June Knight, or whoever, and oh no, what will the Christians think? What if they hear me talking like this? What if they hear me make this anti-Christian statement? What if they hear me talk about gay militarism? Blah 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 blah. Like, no, I don't want to be inhibited. Actually, it's my religion not to be inhibited, not to be inhibited. And so I was inhibiting myself, and I'm just not going to. And I also believe that the less inhibited you are as a person, the more you are able to express yourself in your true sense and your true being, the more power you have, and the more like the power goes through you, because you're not holding back, you're just letting it all out. And so you've actually now given me a whole lot more power than I did before, and you gave me nothing to lose when it came to Christians. I have nothing to lose when it comes to Christians now. I can say whatever I want. And and don't think that my inexhaustible hatred can only be spilled out on Noahidism. It can go after Islam, it can go after Christianity and Catholicism and Hinduism. It goes after a lot of things. It goes after a lot of things. Yeah, these past few years, I focused only on Noahide. First of all, I was just as obsessed with Islam for years before Noahide. I was a big anti-Islam guy, always on Facebook, always making videos, always doing protests, always, just like I'm always doing Noahide, I was always doing anti-Islam. And then I got into Noahide, and that's when you all know me from. But you only know this obsession. My obsession switch, and I'm getting tired of Noahide. Let me tell you something. I have scrubbed that internet. There's nothing that I have not read, nothing I have not seen. I look at it every day for any kind of updates. I have barely anything that I need to report on anymore. I've branched out into other areas. I've gone through Freemasonry and all the daughters of Freemasonry and the cults and all this other kind of stuff. And its involvement with Hitler. And I'm really starting to reach the end of my Noahide journey, I think. And maybe I'll never be done with it. I think it is my calling to stay in that rather than just leave it like I did with Islam. But it's not as I'm not as active in needing to research and blog about it all day anymore. I do have little things I have to get through, but I mean, I don't know, maybe it is time for me to turn my attention more to Christianity now, and to this gay militancy stuff. I mean, this is like totally waking me up. It's totally sending me into this new direction. And I'm angry. And, as I'm sitting here and I'm talking and I'm thinking about this, yeah, I want you to regret this. I want you to regret that you got me thrown off Israeli News Live. I want you to regret it. I'm going to come after you now with a full force. I'm going after the Christians on this Noahide law stuff. I went on there. I can see through, I went on there trying to warn you that the Lutheran Church went Noahide law. Did any of you even contact the Lutheran Church, or did you all just go tell Jana to get me thrown off? None of you gave a fuck that the Lutheran Church went Noahide. You don't give a hoot that the Lutheran Church went Noahide. I went on there thinking that I was like telling people who cared, and like to people who would think this is a big deal. I went on there in good faith thinking that Christians, I thought, wow, this is going to wake Christians up. They're going to see now how dumb I am. How dumb I am. I was really stupid to think that you would ever wake up. And yeah, I'm just going after the Christians as Noahides now. No more mercy, no more playing games, no more trying to make a pro. No, I'll get my allies somewhere else. You were really bad allies anyway. I preached to you for 10 years and you did nothing. I preached to you for 10 years and you did nothing. People are talking to me in here. I'm sorry, I'm not responding. I'm reading it, but I'm not reading it out loud. I think that's it. I just wanted to get that out, but you know, if you wanted an enemy, I hope you're happy. You have another one. And what makes me the most sick is that you're going to fight me more than organized Jewry and the Noahide laws. I'm a single person. I'm like one man with a blog, and you're going to put all your energy into fighting me, and you're not going to put an ounce into fighting Chabad Lubavitch and the infiltration of the UN and the government and the Vatican and your churches and Freemasonry and Islam and Hinduism and, you know, this great grand conspiracy going on, all the powers of the world against you, and you're going to focus in on me because you're dumb. So now you have two enemies. Two enemies. I don't know how it's, you know, and good for you. I do feel like I'm getting revenge right now. This does feel like revenge. And I'm going to get revenge. I'm going to get revenge. And again, you attacked first. Who tried to get me off whose show? Who tried to get who off whose show here? Okay. Well, that's it. I'm going to be sending this to Jana and Steve. I don't know if they're going to play it. I don't know if they're going to show it. Maybe they won't, but I'm sure that they will convey some of this message to other people. And that's it. Okay, so you will be seeing me in a different light from now on, Christians. You can really forget the alliance. All right. Good night.